My name is Anna. I'm 33 years old. I work in a hospital as a nurse. My job is helping sick people, and I work long hours every day. I work during the day, but sometimes I work at night too. I love my job because I really like helping people. Before last year, I was pretty lonely. I didn't have a boyfriend and lived by myself. I worked all the time and was usually very tired. After work, I often visited my mother. She lives in a small village and is getting older, so I liked helping her out too. Life back then was quiet and simple. Then one day something changed. A new doctor started working at our hospital. His name was Michael. He's 2 years younger than me, 31 years old, and very handsome. He's tall, with brown hair and blue eyes, and he smiles a lot. All the nurses liked him because he was so friendly and kind. At first, I didn't think Michael would even notice me. I'm not very slim, and I felt like just an ordinary woman. I don't wear fancy clothes or have long, beautiful hair. I really didn't think Michael would be interested in me. But then Michael started talking to me. He was always kind and asked me how I was doing. He smiled at me every day. I was surprised. I didn't think someone like Michael would be interested in someone like me. One day, Michael asked if I needed a ride home, and I said yes. He drove me home in his car. It was a nice car, and we talked the whole way. We talked about work, our lives, and our families. I felt really happy talking with him. Michael was so easy to talk to. After that, Michael often drove me home. Sometimes he'd bring me coffee or tea at work. We started sitting together in the cafeteria during lunch to talk. I really started to like him more and more and looked forward to seeing him every day. Then one weekend, Michael asked if I wanted to go to the movies. We both had the day off, so I said yes. We went to see a movie together, and afterward, we went for a walk. We talked for hours. I was so happy and started to think maybe Michael liked me as much as I liked him. But then a few days later, Michael told me something surprising. He said, "Anna, I need to tell you something. I'm married." I was shocked. I had no idea he had a wife. He'd never talked about her, and he didn't wear a wedding ring. Michael explained that he'd been married for 5 years. His wife's name was Laura, and they didn't have any children. He said he wasn't happy in his marriage. He said they didn't have much in common, didn't spend much time together, and had different interests. Michael told me he liked spending time with me because I made him happy. He said he felt comfortable with me, that I was easy to talk to, and that he enjoyed being around me. I didn't know what to do. I liked Michael a lot, but I didn't want to cause problems or be the reason his marriage fell apart. I started thinking really hard about it. I wondered why Michael would spend time with me if he already had a wife. She was probably very beautiful, and I didn't understand why he'd choose me. I thought about it constantly. I was so confused. Should I continue seeing Michael, or should I stop? I didn't want to hurt anyone, but I was happy spending time with him. A few days later, something else happened. I went to the big supermarket in the city to buy some food. As I walked down an aisle, I heard a familiar voice. It was Michael talking to someone. I saw him before he saw me. He was with a woman I guessed was his wife, Laura. Laura was very beautiful, tall and elegant like a model. She wore expensive clothes and smiled a lot. They were laughing together and looked very happy. Seeing that made me feel sad, and I really didn't know what to do. I left the supermarket quickly, not wanting them to see me. I went home and just thought, why would Michael spend time with me when he had such a beautiful wife? Why choose to talk to me? I started to think hard about my situation. I didn't want to be the other woman in Michael's life. I wanted to make the right decision, but it was so hard. I knew I had to talk to Michael and figure things out. Later that night, I couldn't sleep. I just kept thinking about Michael, how kind he was to me, and how much I enjoyed spending time with him. But I also thought about his wife, Laura. She was beautiful and seemed perfect. I just couldn't understand why Michael would choose to be with me when he already had her. The next day, I went to work feeling tired and sad. I didn't want to see Michael, but I knew I had to talk to him. When I saw him, he smiled at me, as if everything was normal. I couldn't smile back. I needed to know what was really going on. Michael, we need to talk, I said. He looked confused. What's wrong, Anna? And he asked. I saw you at the supermarket yesterday with your wife, I said. You both looked happy. I don't understand why you're spending time with me if you're happy with her. Michael looked sad. I'm not happy, Anna, he said. Laura and I don't have the connection that you and I have. With you, I can be myself. You make me feel alive. I didn't know what to say. I liked Michael, but I didn't want to be the reason someone's marriage fell apart. I decided I needed to take some time to think and told Michael I needed space. Over the next few days, I thought about everything. I talked to my best friend Sarah and told her about Michael. Sarah is always honest with me. She told me, Anna, you deserve someone who can be with you fully. Don't settle for less. I knew she was right. I needed to think about my own happiness and what I wanted in life. A week later, Michael called me. He wanted to meet and talk. I was nervous, but I knew I had to be honest with him. We met at a park, and I told him how I felt. Michael, I care about you, but I can't be in this situation, I said. You need to decide what you really want. If you're not happy with Laura, you should talk to her. But I can't be the other woman. Michael looked sad, but seemed to understand. I care about you, Anna, he said. I'll think about everything. I just want you to be happy. We said goodbye, and I walked away feeling both sad and strong. I knew I'd made the right decision, even though it wasn't easy. Life is full of difficult choices, but sometimes we have to choose what is best for ourselves.